by the devil. I got fire in my bones, I'm burdened with the black heart and cursed and wrong. Life with the sunshine, it's cold on my face, forbidden fruit on my tongue, it's sweet to the taste. And you can try and kill me, but try and gun me down.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Sunday Sit Down with First Coast Coyote. I'm Jason.
I'm Fred.
And we decided we wanted to go over some items of discussion. Some people wonder what could be the first mod when you purchase your first Mustang or you purchase a new Mustang.
Yeah, a lot of people, the first thing they start doing, they get a Mustang, they're like, all right, it doesn't usually take too long for the mod bug to hit, and you want to just start out with a couple of little things, just to kind of get your ride amped up a little bit.
Exactly. So what we're talking about is going to be how we feel, what we think entry level.
Yeah, our opinions of entry level Mustang
modifications
mods,
would be
the first things you buy.
So I just bought a brand new Mustang off the lot. I drove it off the lot and I'm driving home. First thing in my search engine, what do you think the first Mustang, in your opinion, what's the first Mustang mod?
I feel like most people, probably most cars in general, but I'm pretty sure most Mustang mods, they're usually looking up exhaust.
Absolutely.
From the factory, they're just so quiet. Unless you got, one of the fancy factory exhausts with the, like the
active, right? If you get lucky enough to have a GT350 or one of the Roush,
2018s are now coming with it.
They've got the active exhaust. If you get one of those, then
bully for you.
You can go, You don't really, don't have to worry about that.
I still feel like 90% of people, you got the people that just drive around with quiet exhaust, but yeah, we get it.
Right, and I agree with that. I think the first Mustang mod would be, in my opinion, is throw some exhaust on that on the car. My opinion, I'm a Corsa fan. Corsa Extremes is what I have on my car, and I'll link a clip here, a sound clip of what my car sounds like. Fred is in the market for exhaust. Fred, what are you looking at getting?
Yeah, I'm looking for, currently I have it came on the car when I got it. It's the Ford Racing Performance Sport Catback, which is decent. It's better than stock for sure. It's probably one of the main reasons I haven't bought exhaust yet, because it's doable. But for me, when I've been looking in the market, and I think it's fairly new. It's called AWE, and from what I understand is they primarily made like Audi, European exhaust,
okay.
Hiring European cars, stuff like that, and they just got in the market, and they only make exhaust for the S550.
Nice.
And as far as Mustangs, and then but it comes, it's really top quality. I would say equal with the Corsa quality and everything, but they have an H pipe, whereas Corsa's signature thing is the double helix.
Right.
But they have an H pipe, and I've been kind of aiming for the H pipe. I know it's technically not as efficient, they show, but the differences between X's and H's have been shown to be like 5, if it's even noticeable.
Oh, horsepower number?
Yeah, horsepower,
yeah.
So I'm like, for the sound, I'm fine with 5 horsepower.
Seat of the pants, you're not going to feel that.
Well, yeah, you're not going to win or lose a race by 5 horsepower, most likely.
Any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Any real racer.
But that one, I've seen the exhaust clips. They make a couple different ones. They have an adjustable switch path one, is what they call it, to where it goes quiet and loud, so you can switch it.
Nice.
And then they also have their track one, which is basically the same thing, but no mufflers. But they come with basically the resonator bullets in them, and so that's still in the exhaust. But then they have their touring one, which, from what I understand and from the videos, is still pretty loud, like the Corsa Extremes, but they have the mufflers and the bullet resonators in them with the H pipe, and it seems like it's got a good volume and a good tone, especially down low. And then, of course, like most of the Coyotes, they scream up high.
Exactly. High RPMs. Our motors live up in the high RPM range,
right?
And the exhaust, come to life. Some of the factors that will help you choose, an exhaust, because there's you've got your range, you're expensive, you're cheaper. I picked the Corsa, one because of the quality, one because of the sound. I had an Flowmaster Outlaw Series exhaust catback on the car before. It was just completely too drony. At 3,000, anything up above 3,000 RPM, I just couldn't. You couldn't think in the car. So Corsa, advertises the no drone, and it is spot on. I mean, the car is night and day between my last exhaust and this exhaust.
Most of that comes to budget too. Not everybody I get has $1,200-$1,300
Right.
to throw on an exhaust.
But as far as, we both collectively agree that the first modification a new Mustang owner would be looking to buy would be exhaust.
Exhaust. So wherever you get it, whether you get something on the cheaper end or, hopefully you can at least get something with some decent quality that's not going to fall apart.
Absolutely,
You can even, I've had Mustangs in the past where I've just taken them up to the muffler shop and let them put some mufflers on it.
Cut the cats out and throw some freaking mufflers on that bad buddy and let her rip, take her chip.
They usually come out okay. I haven't had any complaints about it in the past.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that is our first performance mod. We're going to try to make this into make a series of videos where this is our #1 mod. Okay, day one mod.
Right. And then in future videos we could talk about things. Okay, you've got exhaust, you've got other things on there. Where are you trying to go next?
Right. And kind of take you from an amateur Mustang owner up to, let's say you wanted to have a 9-10 second consistent Mustang at the drag strip,
or if you wanted an autocross car or something like that, you could do pretty much anything you want with these.
Okay. Next thing that I'd like to say, okay, so we're in the modification, but say you don't want to do performance. Say your first modification you want to have is appearance.
Yeah, you want your car looking good. Everybody, when you first see the Mustang, maybe it's a little off of what you want. So, for me, I think the biggest impact and the biggest thing that most people do is either lower it and or wheels and tires, depending on what wheels and tires yours came with. You know, if you had one of the performance packs, or if you had for the S550s, they had the 20-inch premium wheels that a lot of people seem to like. And so you can keep those, say you like those wheels and you just want to lower it, well then you can lower it. If with the factory wheels, most people complain that they're not flush enough, so some people like to buy the wheel spacers just to push them out a little more flush, get a little better stance looking. But same principle, you lower it, you get the wheels set up looking good, and it makes it look nice and sleek.
Yeah, and that's exactly one of the routes. Besides, we'll throw tint. Tint is an automatic. If you don't come off the lot with tint, then you need to go back to the dealership and talk to your salesman.
Or drive it from the lot to the tint shop.
And let them know, hey, let's throw some tint and some floor mats in this thing.
You can, if you're buying
those are automatic.
You can usually get that from
appearance-wise, that's an automatic. But I think springs, lowering the car, getting rid of that wheel gap, sit the car flat. Once you do that, though, as like Fred said, depending on what type of wheel you come with, my car came with I'm a performance pack. So I think Ford, it's a great looking wheel.
Yeah, especially for a factory.
You throw some wheel spacers on the car, get it sitting flush. I'll throw a clip of what my car looked like with the wheel spacers and the stock performance pack wheels. I am now running an aftermarket wheel on Sportline from iBox on the car. So once once you get the car sitting where you want it, we'll take it to the next level. Like we said. Maybe you want to throw some tires and wheels on the car. So
and if you do have a set of performance pack wheels or the 20-inch, I think they're called foundry wheels, and say you still want something different because a lot of people have them obviously. The good thing about those wheels is people still want them, so you can sell them to offset the cost of new wheels.
Exactly.
Which is what I did. I believe you still have yours.
Yeah, I'm keeping mine just in case.
I sold my 20s. I had the 20-inch foundry wheels.
Yeah.
I sold them to a friend of mine for, usually they go like around 500, 600, depending on what tires and if they have the TPMS or it's wheels only, depending. Sold them to a friend of mine, and that helped me offset the cost of mine, my new wheels, because I didn't buy super expensive wheels anyway. I got the SVE wheels from LMR, the 350 replica wheels. I just like the look of them, and they seem to be good. quality. So
Oh yeah, there's definitely. I mean, we could make 10, 15 more videos of just talking about aftermarket wheels because there's so many companies out there. If we're strictly talking about the S550 platform, the wheel combination is
there's so many.
unlimited.
But that's pretty much our first 2 mods. Exhaust,
Absolutely.
wheels, and lowered.
Yeah.
In it, you're going to enjoy driving it, making the noise. And then I think we're pretty much just wanted to go over. We had some questions actually from.
Yeah,
the
we
last
actually
video.
did. We had some. I guess with the 8 or the tens and tens of viewers that we have, tens and tens of
So we wanted
subscribers.
to.
We had 2 questions from last week's
Yeah,
video,
we
so
wanted
we
to
appreciate
actually
that.
throw
So
them
we want to recognize Nate Barrios. He had a question. His question comes to us. He asked, "Why are Terminators faster than Coyotes?"
Terminators faster than Coyotes. I mean, I'd have to see one faster than the Coyote first to even believe that hysteria.
And great question. Thank you for the question, by the way, Nate. So, are they though? Are they faster than Coyotes? I mean, stock for stock. I mean, horsepower numbers are right around the same. I mean,
yeah, and then their stock, they run at like 9-10 pounds of boost or something.
I mean, if you leave a Terminator stock,
If you compare a Coyote to a Terminator, pound for pound on boost, Coyote's got you.
right? If we throw a boost, we throw a supercharger on a Coyote. There's no competition.
Yeah, it's a game over.
But great question nonetheless.
Everybody knows Coyote. The Terminator is a good.
It's a great car.
Yeah, for its time, it was amazing.
Yeah, what are we at? 15 years now. It's a 15-year-old car, 14, 15-year-old car now. It's just ahead of its time. It set the bar. It put
the fact that it's still even a prevalent question today, which I think it is a common question on the forums.
Absolutely.
Is hey, should I get a 0304 Cobra or a newer S197 or S550 GT? Because stock for stock, they're similar power.
Right.
And mod for mod, once you throw a boost on the Coyote, then you're there. But they're both similarly priced. I would say the only real advantage the Terminator takes is that you're not going to devalue very much.
Oh, not at all. Everyone, those things are still.
They're pretty much their prices have kind of flatlined around.
They hold their value
you
extremely
usually
well.
See them anywhere from 15 to 25, depending on mileage and condition.
Finding a nice one is becoming very
starting to get harder and
unmolested
harder.
one is finding.
So that's
becoming.
But that's
very
also
difficult.
the downfall of trying to buy one.
Yeah.
So just Coyotes are more prevalent, they're more common, it's easier to find one that's unmodified, that no one's, molested.
Right, you can, like you said, if you're looking for an S197 or an older 15, 16.
Because I think you can even get a 15 now for in the low 20s.
Yeah, like
for
23, 22,000.
Yeah, for a 15 S550.
Depending on
you get all
mileage.
depending on mileage, but you get all the modern conveniences and stuff. You're not riding around in this rattle trap with your cowl cracking and all the nice two.
Right, yeah, you got holes in your in your seats.
And it's a lot better,
everything's
IRS
cracking.
too in the Coyote.
Right.
So no, I don't think
Not a bad question. We appreciate the questions. We'd love to see our comment section filled up with questions.
Whether you're right or wrong, we appreciate your input.
Yeah, everyone
And
is
just
entitled to their opinion. If they like to drive
Whether it's
inferior
wrong or
cars, if you like driving an inferior car, that's that's your business.
As long as you're happy.
Our second question, because we got 2 of them. Our second question came from Aaron Rigdon.
You done messed up, Ron.
Yeah, he asked, his question is leather or cloth, and why? I guess it would just have to depend on
It's really preference.
the vehicle. One, do you need leather?
Well, it's preference. What are you doing with the car?
Right.
My things, I like leather because it's a little easier to clean up. You can, if you spill something,
yeah.
you can wipe it down, or it just, doesn't get cat hair or whatever is in your.
Yeah. you looked right at me when you said cat hair.
Yeah, doesn't collect stuff. But like mine, I have. My dog sits in the back, so
you've got
cookies,
leather.
I
You've
can
got
just
leather.
wipe the cookies out.
I've got a performance pack GT, and mine I've got cloth.
But in my opinion, if you want to go race car, you get cloth, and then you're gonna yank the seats out anyway.
Exactly. I was just going to say, if you're going to yank the seats out anyway, it doesn't freaking matter. Save the money.
Go race.
If you're buying a brand new Mustang, save the money. You don't need to spend the $1,100, $1,200 upcharge that
Yeah.
for that
I mean,
package to have leather seats.
not everybody needs heated and cooled leather seats. I mean, I get that.
I mean, there's a bunch of factors that play into it. You know, climate. You know, what part of the country do you live in? Do you live in Florida where you want
Cooled seats.
cooled seats? You know? I mean, to each his own. But yeah, my end goal is to rip out the seats and get an aftermarket seat in there, and
And I believe repair is a little easier on leather as well, because they can, depending on the damage, you can. But there is a little more upkeep with leather too. You do have to clean it and condition it and stuff like that.
right.
to
It's
keep
like it's like a baseball mitt. You got to keep it clean and keep it oiled up. And
yeah. So usually, like whenever you clean your interior, you'll do the leather cleaner.
if you were a fan of swamp ass, then leather seats are the way to go. If you are not,
or leather seats with the cooling option.
true. But the cooling option just came about, what, 2-3 years ago?
That's another reason the S550 is better
Than every
than
other
the
car.
Terminator.
This is true. But
This
both
is so
great
many-
questions. We'd like to thank Nate and Aaron for asking some questions. If you guys out there have any more questions,
Anybody else got?
please feel free to fill up our comment section.
Yeah, let us know.
If this is your first time to the channel,
If you
thank
just
you.
want to throw a
Hit
troll
the-
question out.
Hit the like button,
Smack it.
subscribe. No question is a dumb question. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good one.
Peace.